Hey guys, welcome back to Buzzer2Buzzer.
All right, guys, welcome back to Super Bowl Coverage Week. This is day 4. We're going to be answering your guys' questions and talking about a few different things regarding the Super Bowl. Let's get right into it.
This is the moment. Tonight is the night. We'll fight till it's over. So we put our hands up like the ceiling can't hold us. Like the ceiling can't hold.
All right, guys. So today is the 4th day of our Super Bowl coverage. As Hart just mentioned, we got a huge game coming up this Sunday between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, guys, if you've not already watched out our videos, we posted 3 videos earlier this week, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, talking about the Chiefs, the Bucs, talking about the impact this game's going to have on the quarterbacks coming up. Obviously, we got Tom Brady versus Patrick Mahomes, 2 all-time greats right now, balling it out. It's going to be one heck of a game. And obviously, we've talked about a lot of the game. You've seen us. But today, we want to do a live stream talk with more of you guys. What are you guys' thoughts on this game coming up? Let's hear about your questions, your thoughts. Love hearing what you guys got to say. Love your comments as well. So more of the focus is going to be that. But to get things started today, let's get started off by talking the whole season. You know, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, guys, we know how the season went. Tom Brady came in, leaving his home, the New England Patriots, like a kid going off to college, right? He went away, a new place, new home, not really sure of how it's going to go. Comes in, faced a lot of criticism. Bruce Arians, he was pretty mean at the beginning. I think we talked about it at the beginning of Buzzer2Buzzer too, how he was pretty critiqued. Tom's not doing this right. Tom's not doing this right. Criticizing him all the time. But at the end of the day, it looks like it was worth it. Our thoughts on, Bruce Arians' coaching style.
I think the Buccaneers have come a long way
Bruce
this
Arians
season. Okay. So anyway, they've come a long way this season. It started off with a loss to the New Orleans Saints. You know, it was a rough start. Everyone was kind of worrying, does Tom Brady fit here? Obviously didn't have a preseason. And then going to week 5, Tom Brady forgot what down it was against the Bears, holding up that signature 4. And from there, they've slowly grown. They've had a blowout loss against the Saints, but then they redeemed that again in the playoffs when they beat them. So, they've had an up and down season. Bruce Arians' tough love coaching style has prevailed, I guess, because now they're here. And it's going to be interesting to see how they play on Sunday.
Yeah, for sure. Their season was nowhere near as smooth sailing like the Chiefs was. They lost a bunch of games that they should have won. Tom Brady had a bunch of off games, and he just didn't play that well for a lot of games. And Bruce Arians, the relationship between him and Tom Brady, when he was criticizing him, I feel like that's just the kind of coach he is. He just is hard on his players, and Tom Brady took that criticism and obviously had a great rest of the season. So it's been for sure a roller coaster season for the Buccaneers.
For sure, guys. It was one heck of a narrative, and Tom Brady's going to have a lot to tell. We got some people coming in. Sports Solid, what is up? Thanks for coming in. We got our boy George asking us, how much do you think Tom Brady paid the ref this time around? Ari, any thoughts?
Hey, man, George is a hater, man. He hates greatness. So, obviously, he's trying to find any excuse for Tom Brady. But, it's all right. Tom Brady's going to prove him wrong once again this Sunday.
Yeah, we're excited for it. We had a bunch of coverage as well. Jay-Z Productions asking us, where are we going for college? So Jay-Z, none of us 4 have made officially our decision. We've had decisions coming out. I believe none of us have made decisions. We have an idea somewhat, but when it comes out, we'll let you know. We got Straight asking us, Avi, are you going on Sunday? Avi, you going to Tampa Bay on Sunday? Well, Avi, thanks for. Okay, we'll catch you in the flight, Avi. Should be a good game. We got Sir Thog. Hey, what is up, Sir Thog? Commissioner, thanks for coming in, bro. You're asking us, who do you think will win the MVP and comeback player? So I'm assuming you're talking about the NFL when you're talking about, the NBA when you're talking about comeback player as well. We've discussed this, but we'll go again. I'm harsh when we get started off. MVP comeback player quickly.
I think he's talking about the NFL regular season, NFL and comeback player.
Okay, that's fine.
So, we can answer both. I think for MVP, I think it's pretty obvious this year. It was Aaron Rodgers. He had a great season. He was above any other quarterback, and we know that MVP is the best quarterback in the league award. So he's clearly got that locked up. For comeback player of the year, 2 players come to mind. For me, it's either Alex Smith or Ben Roethlisberger. And honestly, the way Alex Smith came back after that horrific leg injury, I don't think you can go to anyone else but him.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with that. I think Alex Smith, what he proved off the field, having 17 surgeries on his leg and coming back and leading his team to the playoffs, even though he couldn't play. I think it's incredible season, incredible comeback, and I think he has to win the award.
Yeah, for sure. For MVP, I think it's a lock. Sadly, as a Bears fan, gotta admit, Aaron Rodgers is going to take it home. Or Patrick Mahomes, you never know what happens at the end of the day. Or for comeback player of the year, Alex Smith's story doesn't get more Cinderella. It's not more Disney out of here. Comes back from such a horrific injury and balls out the way he did. It's much worthy respect. And for that, I believe he deserves it so much. So we got more people coming in. George is asking us an actual question this time, saying, when will Patrick Mahomes take over Brady? When does he move past? So, George, that's a pretty unique question, asking us about when Patrick Mahomes will cover. So, Patrick Mahomes, 25 years old. Tom Brady, way other end of the spectrum. Much older, 15 years on him. For sure, sometime. Abi, you want to get started off by saying, do you think Mahomes has a chance to overtake Brady's legacy?
I think Mahomes for sure has a chance. I think that maybe besides Aaron Rodgers, Patrick Mahomes is the most talented QB in the NFL right now. And obviously, this is a back-to-back Super Bowl appearance. He has a great team right now. It doesn't look like anything's going to change. So, that team is looking amazing. I think that in the next 5 years, 10 years, as long as Patrick Mahomes is on the team, I think that they have a great shot of making the Super Bowl each year. And, I think that I don't think there's really any number of Super Bowls he has to win to pass Brady. I just think season accomplishments, if he wins MVP more times, things like that. So,
yeah.
I definitely think it's possible for Patrick Mahomes to pass Tom Brady, though unlikely. I mean, what Tom Brady's been able to do in his career in terms of accomplishments is second to none. And, for Mahomes to even get to that point, I think it's going to be very tough because obviously, your team changes every year and it's impossible to just, run it back. So obviously he can. He's very talented, but, it'll definitely be a tough road.
I think you need at least 6-7 more years. I think at around the 7th or 8th year of his career, I think we'll all know where he stands in terms of passing Tom Brady. And by then, if he keeps playing like this, he'll be well on his path to passing him and even crushing a lot of the accomplishments Tom Brady has made. But again, like Arian said, it comes a lot to drafting. You got to draft right, especially when you're getting paid this much. It's hard to put better pieces around him, like Travis Kelce, Tyreek Hill, Frank Clark. And all these players are getting paid large amounts of money. You can't maintain that for a long period of time. So that's going to be difficult.
Exactly. It reminds me of, Golden State when KD, Steph, Draymond, KD, and Klay Thompson, a healthy Klay Thompson, they were all playing together. KD, 2 times in a row, took pay cuts. And I'm curious as to how long will these Chief players like Travis Kelce, one of the best, if not the best tight end in the league right now. Tyreek Hill, one of the best, if not the best wide receiver in the league. Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback in the league, obviously, right now, balling out. Not Russell Wilson, I'm sorry. But it's going to be interesting to see how long can the Chiefs keep this up, the payroll, the cap, how will it keep on going on. But if Patrick Mahomes for sure keeps this up, go Super Bowl going to Super Bowl every 2 years, wins one, wins a couple more here and there, he's for sure going to make a name for himself, and only time shall tell how he does. More people coming in, great discussion. Avi's asking us, what are your opinions of Patrick Mahomes as a lineman? Well, he's not a lineman, Avi. He plays a quarterback for the Kansas City Chiefs. George is remembering the old Big Ben. Old Big Ben was pretty good for the Steelers. Unfortunately, he has, as age comes, he has fallen off a cliff. Fire King asking us, I heard LeBron James is X-Factor this game. How are they going to impact? Will he be? Well,
I think I can answer this question, Ryan. Actually, let me stop you. The Lakers are playing Saturday against the Detroit Pistons. We saw what happened without Anthony Davis last game. They got crushed by the Detroit Pistons. They're one of the worst teams in the league. You don't want this happening game after game, So LeBron James, he knows what's on the line right now. You don't want to lose to the worst team in the league 2 times. He's going to come out and put up a big numbers.
All right, well, guys, there you just noticed, Harsh, Abi, Arian. Arian sometimes here and there, but these guys are very big greatness haters. You guys probably noticed if you haven't watched our old episodes. But LeBron, Arian, what do you got to say? Can you share something?
LeBron's the GOAT. I've said that in my entire life. It's undebatable. He's the undisputed GOAT.
Exactly. But if LeBron was playing, he'd still torch up. For one thing's for certain, if LeBron was playing against the Seahawks, he'd torch up all those cornerbacks, that defense. So I don't want to even make you laughing right now because that Seahawks team will be done. But that's besides the point. We know LeBron's great. Yeah. All right, we got Neelay coming in. What is up, Neelay? He's asking us, do you think if the Bucs lose Chris Godwin, do you think the Bucs will lose Chris Godwin in free agency? Guys, your thoughts?
So, the Buccaneers, right? based on the projected salary cap, which is about to be 185 mil next year, he's only getting paid 800K right now, and they have the sixth highest, I think, salary cap room space available. So they have enough money to go after him. But the question is, do they want to go after him, or do they want to retain other defensive players that are key to their success? They have Scotty Miller, they have Antonio Brown, so those might be cheaper re-signing options than keeping Chris Godwin.
I also think it really depends on how big of a factor Antonio Brown becomes in this offense. We've seen him have flashes this year, especially in that Washington game, 3 weeks back. But I mean, if he's not able to produce, I think you have to try to re-sign Chris Godwin, especially with an aging Brady. I mean, he's going to need all the weapons. He's going to need as many weapons as possible in order to win. So I think if Antonio Brown can produce, Chris Godwin leaving won't be a big hit. However, if Antonio Brown doesn't produce the way they need him to, Chris Godwin better stay.
All right, we got Fire King. We got my dad saying LeBron James, great player. Yes, he is a great player. The Messenger saying, what is up? Thanks for coming in, the Messenger. We really appreciate it. Saying, how do you honestly think the losses to the Chiefs' offensive line will affect the game's outcome? Where are your hedging bets, Bucs or Chiefs? So one thing to see out of the way, the Messenger, none of us have bets, but we do friendly waiters among us, for pride out here. But we'll answer that first part of our question, guys. What do we think? Will the Chiefs' offensive line cause them an issue?
I think definitely for sure, especially their left tackle who went down last week. I mean, that's where JPP plays, Shaq Barrett, those guys. I think the way to beat Mahomes is to sack the quarterback, pressure the quarterback, and obviously having your left tackle gone is going to be a big issue.
Yeah, any impact to your starting O-line is obviously going to change that team's performance. The other part of the question, I think the Chiefs are going to win this game. It's definitely going to be a close game. I don't think that there's 100% chance the Chiefs are going to win or anything like that. I don't think it's going to be a blowout either. We all know how Tom Brady does in the playoffs, more importantly, the Super Bowl. So if anyone has a chance against the Chiefs, it's definitely Tom Brady and the Buccaneers.
As for the rest of our picks, you'll see them tomorrow when they come out on our channel. Abi gave you a little sneak preview on what his thoughts were, but me, Ari, and Ryan, they'll come out tomorrow. But as for the previous question, when your O-line's missing a piece, like we saw with the Packers against the Buccaneers, Vita Vea, Shaq Barrett, JPP, they ate up that O-line, and they had an all-pro O-lineman on that team, even with Bakhtiari out. So when you have a big hit, especially to the left side of your O-line when Patrick Mahomes is right, that's kind of his blind spot. It has a huge impact, and it could be troublesome for this Chiefs team.
Exactly. And the Messenger, one thing I've learned in my years of watching Pat Mahomes, an O-line sure is great for him, but he doesn't need an O-line. Put him right there, smack down the middle. He's going to run, make some type of throw at Tyreek Hill. It's crazy to say that I'm even saying this, but he makes it happen. It's magic, if you want to call it. It truly is. And hopefully it's not too affecting him. He is coming out of protocol for concussion and all that, which happened a couple of weeks as well. Hopefully he's all good to go so we can have the best match up possible. You're talking about Arian's hating. Well, Arian was, not hating on LeBron James, so that's all that matters for now. I'll be asking us who has the most drip in Buzzer2Buzzer. Well, from time to time, we like to pull up on some drip. You've seen the pictures on our Instas and stuff like that, so we can take a look there. But
honestly, I'm gonna have to say Rigo. He's always dripping. He's got the best shoe collection in the game. I honestly think it's got to be him.
Yes, sir. They've seen, the Jordan ones, all-time one of the greats. One thing which I will say, we're on the topic of Jordan. People are always asking, is Jordan the GOAT or LeBron the GOAT? Jordan's the GOAT for apparel, while LeBron's the GOAT for actual physical basketball, right, Arian? We have more people coming in, guys. If you are new, guys, coming in, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe. We're nearly at 800 subscribers, which is crazy to think. If we can hit 1,000 by the end of February, that would be pretty cool. We have Fire King asking that Abi's a bandwagon Seahawks. Okay, let's comment on the rumors right now. I want to give Abi a solid 2 minutes right now to explain his stance on his entry into becoming a Seattle Seahawks fan living in Chicago, Illinois.
I've explained this multiple times on this channel. We have our haters here, all of you guys too, and Fire King out here, another hater. Yeah, exactly. Thank you, George. They're all haters. But
he called you a hater in that comment.
Yeah. Oh,
thank you, George. Thank you, George.
Oh yeah, whatever. Disregarding George's comment.
No, George, that means a lot. Go ahead, Abby.
Yeah, so I've addressed this in previous videos. I think in our previous Q&A at 500 subscribers, it's not even like the first team I watched was the Seahawks. I watched the Bears before in 2012, Russell Wilson's rookie year. I was watching me. They're gonna laugh. They're out here laughing about me being a bandwagon, but it's okay. Russell Wilson, I think it was week 12 playing against the Lions. That's the first game I watched of him. Following the team ever since, and that's kind of just how it started.
We for sure given Abby a hard time, but it is his choice. He has been a long Russell Wilson fan. I don't know if it was since they pulled that comeback in the NFC Championship or if it's before that, but we all got our questions. But, me, Ari, and Harsh, day one, Chicago Bears. Love them, hate them. Just got to ride with them till some events happen, right? We got George asking about who's LeBron. George, funny question. LeBron James is one of the best to play the game of basketball. More people coming in, guys. If you are new, guys, thanks for coming in. We are at 21 viewers. That is awesome to see. Thank you guys so much for coming out. That's pretty cool. The comments is coming in. We got Not You again games. Hey, what is up, guys? Thanks for coming out. He is asking, since I live in Las Vegas, I placed a bet on the Bucs and a bet that the Bucs will score first. Well, I hope you placed a good amount of money because that is very possible if they win the coin toss. Maybe should have invested more into the stock market in the past week. That has been going good. Abby's asking, what type of cut is that? Abby, fresh haircut as always. Love it.
The pandemic affects a lot of things, and it's had a great effect on my hair. We don't really talk about it. Getting haircuts at home.
This dude, Abby can't even talk. Bro got a mop on his head.
Oh, okay, all right. Let's chill right there, guys. Let's take a quick moment back. All right. Well, all right, guys. Just for some context, Abby is a close friend of ours, so no hate intended right there.
Look at this man's profile picture out here. You can tell.
All fun and games at the end of the day. Jay-Z Productions asking us relationship statuses for you guys.
I would like to take a brief moment to explain this. So, Abby's taken his girlfriend. I want to come out publicly. Me and Harsh are dating at the moment, and then Rayon's obviously, he's a loner at this point.
Hey, the grind cannot stop. Just gotta hustle until we start making bank. All right, and just a little bit of fun right there. I think Abby is still in the market. I'll add up 847. His phone number in the comments below.
Yeah, we're still in the market.
Fire King, hey, he predicted it. Abby is definitely single. You are correct. He is actively looking. I'm pretty sure that. But Harsh, on the other hand, is a baller. We got.
Yeah, I got Orion.
Okay, they're all taken. I think George. We are not. We got. And then more people coming in. We got Shreya asking us, Adia, I know you're here. What is your relation? Oh, that's a good question. We'll have to definitely answer that in the future.
We don't. That was a typo for Orion. That was a typo for Orion. Next question.
Okay.
That's typo.
Yeah. Oh, that is time. Definitely.
Some of our viewers are a bit slow,
Yeah, it happens. We're still. We got Not You again. Games asking us, Bucs tore apart Rick Wagner. Our thoughts, guys, on this?
Right. So Rick Wagner was the backup lineman for David Bakhtiari. Obviously, we know he tore his ACL. And the Bucs tore him up because they have a good D-line. When you're missing an all-pro lineman to already a stacked O-line, it stretches all the linemen. So you guys have to cover more ground. And so if you're attacking the weakest part of the O-line, especially if it's the left side, left tackle, left guard, Patrick Mahomes really won't know what threats are coming after him. And so it's going to be tough for them to defend against that.
I think also what's going to be key is we know that Todd Bowles loves to blitz. I mean, Tampa Bay was the number one blitz defense in the league this year. So I think you're going to be seeing a lot of blitzes from that left side where the injuries are. And I think we're going to be able to see a lot of sacks on Mahomes this game.
Well, I don't know about the sacks. Pat Mahomes, he's a runner. And for sure, better running there than Russell Wilson. That is a fact. All right, we got Fire King asking us about some story time. Well, I for sure Arian has a lot of stories, but we'll do another story time Q&A in a bit, But Arian, keep those in mind. Josh Reyna saying almost 800 subs. Yes, we are. And right now, I think we're at 785, 15 away. If you could help us spread the word, but it's pretty cool. When we started this back in early April, last 2020, we got home, sent back home from school. We never thought that it would reach this point. So that's pretty cool. And thank you guys for making it possible. We got Fire King saying now we are gold. Yes, we are gold. And as Harry Styles like to say, Not You again. Game saying Bears suck. Hey, man, our harsh Arian, I think we can agree. We can't even disagree. We can't.
I mean, they suck, but they made the playoffs, so that's all I can ask from them. Now they just got to go out and get Deshaun Watson, Speaking of Deshaun Watson, I think Neely actually asked a question about Deshaun Watson. If you want to skip to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Neil asking a question about Deshaun Watson. All right, I think it'll come up as we go along more, but we got George asking us actually too. How far are we going to make it with Deshaun Watson? So, guys, the rumors are true. Deshaun Watson is up for grabs, but where will he go? And especially considering how much will the Bears offer him after that Matthew Stafford trade?
I've recently come to the school of thought that Deshaun Watson will not get traded. He's either going to sit the year out or he's going to figure out a way to make it work with the Texans. He is a franchise player. He's a quarterback you keep for 10, 15 years. You build a team around him. Obviously, they're at a low point in the relationship, management and their and the quarterback. And right now, they need to rekindle that because trading away a player like Deshaun Watson could have implications for generations for this football team, and that's not something the Texans want to go back to.
I think I'm going to have to disagree with that. I really think that Deshaun Watson will get traded. I mean, I know something obviously happened. Whatever the case, we're never going to find out what exactly happened. But Deshaun Watson and the Texans ownership had some sort of beef, and Deshaun Watson just doesn't want to play there. And so, obviously, we've seen from past trades, the faster you get the player out of there, the more return you're going to get. And so, I really think that he will get traded. And if he comes to the Bears, I think the Bears are automatic Super Bowl contenders.
A man can only dream when he's raised up in Chicago that the Bears will be a Super Bowl contender again. Ever since that Devin Hester returned in the Super Bowl against the Colts, we've all been dreaming. Ryan Pace can make a defense, but the question is, will he make an offense? We got JC Productions asking us, can you guys react to your first video right now? If we got time at the end, JC, we can definitely do it. Our platform does allow us to do that, so maybe just for a minute or two, that might be possible.
How about for this? When we hit 1,000 subscribers, we'll come on live stream and we'll live react to that video just for you, Jay-Z.
Love the idea. Yeah, we'll do that, guys. We'll make for sure do a live stream when we hit 1,000. So it'll be fun going back and looking at some old memories. We got the boy Jalen. Hey, what is up, Jalen? Thanks for coming out, bro. Hopefully, hope your Bear Down show is going on good too. So, guys, we're talking about Jerry Carr today for the Bears. Would love if you could honestly make that happen. That'd be pretty cool. Fari King calling somebody a bandwagon. Who are you calling a bandwagon? Probably a B. Sorry.
Keep waiting.
Awful. Nice. Not you again. Games asking us, hey, nice live. Thanks, man. We appreciate it. It's our second ever live. And, we plan on making this a weekly thing. So for sure, drop your feedback, comments as we go along. If LeBron is so filthy rich, why doesn't he play for free? Just a way the league works, right? Not you again. Games asking us, he is getting his haircut on Naperville. LeBron getting his haircut in Naperville? Avi getting his haircut in Naperville? Well, I think Avi is getting a bit more closer to home, if you guys know what I mean. We got Adia coming out. Hey, Adia, thanks for coming out. She is saying how Ari and Harsh are so cute together. That is true. Very good job.
She's our number one fan. She's our number one fan, number one supporter since day one.
Hashtag fan since day one. Remember, the switch up, guys, is live. We got the messenger asking another question. What do you think of the Nets all-in offense? Do you think it's enough to win the East? Do you think it's enough to take down the King, AD, and the Lakers? Oh, my. I'm going to start off right here. Firstly, the Nets offense. I was watching the game against the Clippers. The offense is scary. But you want to know what? The defense sucks. It absolutely sucks. They have no defense, no concept of defense out there. It's like the Seahawks defense. Defense what? Blitz boy what? It's basically that. There is no defense out here. They got a heck of an offense. Kevin Durant, James Harden, Kyrie Irving, top three amazing players. They're balling out. But do they for sure can make it into the finals past the East? Or are they going to get past LeBron James and Anthony Davis in that defensive core? No way. You got thoughts?
All in on offense has never worked before. I don't think it's going to work this year. They really sold their future for James Harden in that trade, and obviously they've won games, but they've also lost games, and that we've seen. So I don't think the strategy is going to work down in the playoffs.
Only time will tell. A lot of criticism was drawn. Can these three people who are so ball dominant play together? And for sure, they're proving some people wrong. But only the playoffs will tell if they are really up for the test. We got JT Production asking us who is Adia. She is a friend.
Number one supporter of me and Arian. Let's just leave it at that.
Number one supporter, yes. JT Production, a senior from Bartley. Hey, what is up, man? That's pretty close from here. That's about like 20, 25 minutes. So that's pretty cool to hear. We got people in the local area. Thanks for coming out. So here's Neely's question, Harsh, which you were asking. If the Bears don't get Watson, do you guys like the idea of trading for Derek Carr? Our thoughts?
Derek Carr.
Not.
Derek Carr's an interesting player. You don't know what you're going to get out of him any Sunday. He's like representative of what we thought of the Chiefs. One week they act like a 16-0 team, and the another week they act like an 0-16 team. And Derek Carr's the exact same way. You don't know what you're going to get out of him in every single week. It's kind of the same situation as Mitchell Trubisky, and it's basically a worse Nick Foles. So the Bears, this is a risk. He could play all 16 games like he did when he was an MVP candidate, or he could play all 16 games like he's the quarterback of the Jets. We don't know what we're going to get out of him, and so taking that big of a risk is probably a last-ditch effort.
I'd like to bring up one quarterback on the market instead of Derek Carr. I don't think Derek Carr has that much upside, but one quarterback who I do think has a lot of upside is Carson Wentz. And, you can say whatever you want about his play last year, especially being benched for Jalen Hurts. But, 3 years ago, this man was the MVP basically he was the MVP of the league before he got injured. And, something obviously happened with him and Doug Peterson, that rift, which caused Doug Peterson to get fired. Obviously Watson would be the preference, but I think the Bears really should try to go after Carson Wentz, maybe see if they can bring some of the MVP back out of him.
One thing's for certain, whoever our next quarterback is, we hope it's an upgrade from the current situation we got going on. We got JT Production saying, love the hustle, Indians. Hey, thanks for saying that, but we got 3 Indians. We got 1 Pakistani right here, so represent right here. Thanks for the appreciation, though. George saying that was me. Rohit, what is up? Thanks for coming in, bro. Abby, cut your here. Yeah, I guess we could all say that right here. He should get a haircut. Probably an old profile picture, I'm guessing, though.
It's my cousin, by the way. He just told me.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, hey, what is up? Thanks for coming in, bro. JV
Production. He's a Lions fan that I was talking about,
the Lions.
Yeah. The whole Stafford thing. And it's kind of sad.
Imagine trading for Jared Goff.
Well, hopefully you guys are looking in the long term, maybe, pulling a Houston type move, thinking long term. But I don't know about the short term, man. It might be a bit tough considering Jared Goff and the offensive line now. We got more comments coming in. A 4th grader. Wow, so Adi is a 4th grader. Hey, still support. You like that support. We got Woo. What is up, Woo? Thanks for coming in. Saw you were there last stream as well, saying Bucs winning the Super Bowl. Hey, man, our picks come out tomorrow. Don't want to give away too much, but remember, if you're playing against Tom Brady, you really got a chance to win in the playoffs. Rohit saying again, Matthew Stafford for MVP, still showing some love for his QB.
If he was going to win MVP, this is the year to do it. You're in a perfect offensive system with Sean McVay, one of the best offensive coaches in the league. I could very well see him coming out next year and just become the MVP and be recognized actually as the best quarterback in the league, or second to Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, it's safe to say with that horrible offense, defense, team in general with the Lions, and the horrible coaching staff. They kind of wasted his potential on the Rams. As Harsh was saying with Sean McVay, he's a genius. I think he's going to utilize him. They're going to be amazing next year. And, Matthew Stafford can definitely win MVP.
Well, Matthew Stafford might have more odds than Russell Wilson about winning MVP next year. So much hate. Nothing personal, Russell. We'll love having the show after watching. Not you again game saying no way. Well, the Bucs winning the Super Bowl. I think he's referencing Matthew Stafford winning MVP. Will be a bit tough, for sure. He's a bit more aging. Unfortunately, wasted a lot of his prime at the Lions. They never really equipped him with the weapons he deserved, I feel like. But if he can, the Rams hopefully can turn that around for him. Who's saying Bears low-key winning the Super Bowl? I guess, yeah.
If they get Deshaun Watson, I'm hedging all my bets on the Bears winning the Super Bowl next year. But that's for a different time.
Well, I guess right now we can only think about that in our dreams. George saying, what is up, Boo? What is up, George? You too. Not you again saying, will the Jets ever be good besides their punter? Guys, our thoughts?
He gets a lot of in-game practice. He's really out there kicking at least 10 times a game. So he's really, manufacturing a leg for the future. Hopefully, if the Jets turn around, he won't have to punt as much. But, they got one of the best punters in the league with all the practice he gets in game.
Yeah, I do think, though, on a more serious note, I think the Jets' future is really bright. I think they have a lot of first-round picks. They have the number 2 pick this year. They could take a quarterback. They could stick with Sam Darnold. And I think if they put the right pieces around him, I think he can be a really good quarterback.
Well, time to tell. They did win a game this season, so they do not have the first-round pick. So Trevor Lawrence, I think we all know where he will be going. Wu's saying, what is good? Hey, what is up, man? Thanks for coming in. Appreciate it. Ma's saying, what team are you guys rooting for on Sunday? We can't give away that right now, but you will find out tomorrow at 7 p.m. Wu's saying he got the Bucs. We got that down, man. Looks like you cannot go against Tom Brady as well. Jay-Z has a question for another fellow in our chat. Well, you can ask. Fire King asking, my boy, Wu, what is up? We got Wu asking about, what are you talking about? Well, Wu, I guess you guys keep on talking. I think it's okay. All right. Fire King saying, MD's the GOAT fam. Come on now. Stop saying untruthful statements, man. It's a Thursday. Where's your morals at? We do not lie here at Buzzer to Buzzer. We all know. Ari, what's the statement?
MJ's the GOAT.
Oh. He changed his mind.
Okay, all right. Well, we got some bipolarism going on with him right there. It's LeBron James. He knows who it is. He likes to throw some tantrums. Wu's saying appreciate it. Hey, thanks for coming out. Jay-Z. Oh, Rohan. Hey, what is up, Rohan Sharma? Cool. Nice to know your name. Sarah's saying she's really weird. Do not recommend. All right. Good to know. Maruthi. Hey, what is up, Maruthi? Thanks for coming in. He's asking, what is up? You're a Patriots fan. Well, good to know. Well, you guys had a bunch of success in the post-2000s, but this past season was a bit rough. Harsh, any thoughts on the future?
I'm actually excited for the Patriots. They have a lot of cap space. They have good draft capital. If Bill Belichick gets his quarterback, this team could be very successful, and they could be back at the top of the mountain like we've seen them for the past 20 years.
Yeah, a lot of people hate on Cam Newton too. COVID Cam, all these memes about him. Yeah. But I really feel that he has potential. Obviously, he's nowhere near the same Cam Newton he was when he won MVP the 2015 season. But he is a great player still. I still think he has potential, and especially with Bill Belichick, the greatest coach of all time, NFL history, I think that he can guide him to success.
Yeah, Cam. It's unfortunate, but the Patriots season was scarred with COVID-19. Cam Newton coming in and out, the receivers, the O-line. Hopefully next season, once more herd immunity has been established, the NFL and the whole season a bit more rounded up, right? Who's saying Pakistan all the way? Yes, sir. I don't know about that in cricket, though. Fire King saying, bro, man's really shooting a shot. Well, you go shoot your shot and make the three, bro. You go. We got Maruti saying the Bucs will win. Hey, man, totally possible. Two of us here. We'll give you a sneak peek. I'll sneak in right here. Two of us from here do have the Bucs winning. So you'll find out who, though, tomorrow. Rohit saying Rams winning the Super Bowl next year. Whoa. Well, we'll say one thing. Rams are making it out of the NFC West for sure. Guys, Rams winning the Super Bowl? Is that possible?
Yeah, for sure. It's definitely possible. I mean, look how far I guess they didn't go NFC Championship or even went to the divisional round this year. But without a QB, they went so far. That defense, that offense, especially with Matthew Stafford, they can go crazy far. I think that they will make it out of NFC. Maybe they play the Chiefs again. Who knows what will happen? But, yeah, they definitely will go super far next year.
Well, one thing, guys, we talked about this trade. If you want to hear more in-depth analysis, that's on our channel. But it's crazy to think, but the NFC West just got even more competitive. Crazy. Maruti saying, damn, that sucks. Imagine being a Lions fan. Hey, Rohit, man, sorry for this, but it's going to be a bit tough. You're going to know what it feels like to be a Bears fan for a little bit. Maruti saying, you have to be some lunatic. Hey, come on, let's not call anybody some names, but the Lions are going to be a bit some trouble. Wu saying, what is good? Hey, man, what is good? Maha saying, Ryan has so much grip. You already know. Come on now. We pull out PJ Tucker out here with the shoe case. Maruti saying the Bucs. Well, he got the Bucs winning. Hey, man, totally possible. Like we said, they got the weapons. They got the quarterback. Only time shall tell. Right, Harsh?
Yes, sir.
Jay-Z Production referencing some other people. Fire King. The Messenger saying, last question. Hey, man, totally. Keep on asking more questions. We love it. He's saying, just to be fair, my bet is the Chiefs and the Lakers. This to all of you. If you're a favorite player in the NBA, and who is it? Personally, LaMelo is growing for him. Thanks. Yeah, no problem, man. So I'm going to let Harsh go first. Harsh, favorite NBA player and why?
So there's always the Derrick Rose, Chicago boy, played for the Bulls, had a tragic downfall, and we all hate to see it, but, he was probably all of our favorite player growing up, watching this Bulls team. But for me right now, my favorite player would have to be Lauri Markkanen. He's on the Bulls. I've liked him since they traded for him for Jimmy Butler during the draft, and honestly, he's been my favorite player on the Bulls for a lot of years now, and he's still my favorite.
My favorite player is actually someone who's not on the Bulls. He was, as far as saying, Jimmy Butler. I loved Jimmy Butler when he was on the Bulls. It was super sad to see him go with that whole trade. The Timberwolves, obviously, that I just love that Jimmy Butler mentality. We saw the NBA Finals last year against the Lakers. Him playing for I think 47 minutes out of 48. He puts his all every single time he goes on that court. That's just something I really admire about a player like him. And even though he's on the Heat, he's definitely my favorite player.
For me, I'm going to have to go with my guy, board man, Kawhi Leonard. Probably my favorite player in the league. Has been my favorite since Toronto. I mean, I just like the way he works, his work ethic. He's quiet, he's humble, and I think he's won a lot. He's won everywhere he's went. Obviously, last year didn't go the way they wanted, but I expect him to be back this year.
Rego, before we know your obvious answer, I thought we were keeping it on our favorite team, but if we're going all NBA, I got to go with Chris Paul. I think the way he leads the floor is really interesting, and he puts up points some nights, but other times he's putting up a lot of assists, and he's helping the team a lot, so I really appreciate that.
You guys should know by now. From me, LeBron James got into the NBA, this whole idea of sports, because of him. Started watching him with the Heat, and it's been history ever since then. But if not LeBron, that's something to think about. Steph Curry, for sure, made me really interested too, revolutionized the game. He's made history too. But LaMelo Ball has been balling it out. LaMelo Ball balling out. He's been doing pretty good with the Hornets, for sure. Leading candidate for Rookie of the Year. So let's see if he wins and pulls it through. Murray's saying he got a bet on the Chiefs. Hey, man, never wrong to bet against Pat Mahomes too.
Right.
What's up?
All right, guys. For a while, we want to save some questions for next week, so we don't want to exasperate all of them today. So, we've been going for about half an hour now. I think we should save these questions for next week when we have our next live stream at the same time at 8:00.
Yep, we're just gonna finish off with these. So if you guys there's a couple left. So let's go and speed through these. Does not have a phone. Well, it looks like a fake phone number right there. Who's y'all's favorite? Mine's definitely Ryan. Thanks for the support. Yes, sir, Aryan. George saying Ryan's. Hey, appreciate George. Ryan's supremacy. Yes, sir. Wu saying appreciate. Jay-Z asking more questions. Marzi saying, do you guys play football? Hey, so we do not play official for teams or anything like that, but we do play for fun in the good weather outside with our friends. Wu asking for a replacement on the show. Hey, man, not sure about a replacement on the show, but in the future, if you do start growing other avenues, definitely looking into that. Abi, hey, no hate. We do not tolerate this. Come on now. Abi, good boy. Come on. We got some leakage of Snap usernames going on right here. The Panama Papers out here. Sure, come on now. Rihanna playing the podcast. Come on now. We already know. Neely, one more question. He's saying, where do you think Mitch ends up if not the Bears? Harsh. Quick answer.
New England.
All right. Marty's saying, I got to bet on the Chiefs. He placed in week 17. Oh, so you're about to make a good amount of money. Pretty good here. Calling somebody bandwagon. Well, hopefully not. Here. All right, we got a bunch of spam going in as well. So this may be taking us to the end. Jay-Z production star. And hey, let the man go. Just because you can't make a layup doesn't mean he can't make a three-pointer, right? You know it.
Look at Abi's face, bro.
Hey, no hate. Where she go? Hey, hopefully. So we still had a bunch of players, a bunch of people, a lot of people. So Wu asking, hey, why the hate, man? Come on. Abi, your contract expired. Abi, you got that extension locked up. But in the future, Wu, if we do have an opportunity, we got you covered. Jay-Z saying, Manskin, whoa, okay, Jay-Z, well, shots fired. And with those shots fired, I think it is a good time to call this a wrap. Guys, we're about to hit the 40-minute mark. That is crazy. Wow, 40 minutes flew by. Guys, thank you so much for coming out. We talked a bunch about sports, life, and our futures as well right there. We got a huge game coming up this Sunday. Bucs, Chiefs. Hopefully it should be a good game. A better game than the Rams and Patriots, right? Thank you guys for coming out once again. We appreciate hearing what you guys got to say. Our picks, remember, come out tomorrow at 7 p.m. And if you guys like this format, guys, show some love. Let's hit 800 by tonight. That'd be phenomenal. And if so, we're going to continue this live stream format. Do it every single Thursday for the time being and have fun. George, we're going to keep on balling. You keep on hustling at school. Stay safe, guys. Stay healthy. Have a good weekend. And we'll catch you guys on the next one, guys. See ya.